All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trail Blazers full game highlights, analysis, reaction, and review. Let's jump right into it. Now, we all know what happened. We all know what happened, man. Everything I've been talking about in my videos, we did for a stretch. And then also, like I said in my videos, we go on this stretch where we just don't make a bucket, man. We don't execute. No defense. Now that's something that I heard Coach Billups say before. Was this being, we play like two different teams. We play like a good team and we play like a very bad team. And as we see, we started the game like a very bad team. It was 14-2, 18-7, 18-9. Nurk got into foul trouble, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like, like he was playing so great. Or, I mean, obviously the fouls probably, I don't know, contributed to him being absent. But Nurk was completely not a factor at all. And that's telling. That says something. Even being in foul trouble, when you're on the floor, you should still be a factor in some way. That's why you're on the floor, And as we see, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he spent the whole fourth quarter on the bench with those 4 or 5 fouls. I don't believe he fouled out, bro. It's just he was completely ineffective. You could say it's to the matchups or whatever, but whatever. I know last time we played the Lakers, I believe Anthony Davis was in the game, so it was I was concerned about their versatility. This particular game, man, I was excited to see, how we would play. Nasir Little played, again, he played great, and I'm going to go ahead and mention him because I said if he continues to bring that type of energy, one, and if he can, knock down those open shots, two, then he's going to be in the rotation a lot more. And he might take somebody's starting spot, so we can kind of spread the energy around. Because the bench played I thought the bench played well, It was our starter units. It was our starters in that first and third quarter that I was first and third quarter, right? That's our starting units. You know what I'm saying? To start the game and to start the second half. And it's weird because in previous games we had to drop off when the bench comes in. You know what I'm saying? And we got lifted up when the bench came in this game. You know what I'm saying? Gary Payton, Nasir Little, Shaedon Sharpe, Drew Eubanks. That bench played really well, man. Wow. So that's what I was saying before about, mixing in some of these energy guys around, man, to where spreading them out, I should say, so we can kind of get a better consistent flow of effort, of high effort and high energy, because the way you're going to win games is by keeping yourself in the game on defense for your offensive players, for your Dame, for your Ant, for your Jeremy Grant. You know what I'm saying? Nice pass. That was a beautiful setup and beautiful pass by Dame. And what's even better is that Drew was ready for it. There had been a time where you'd be like, nah, Dame shooting that. I knew he was shooting that. I thought Ant was going to shoot that other one from the big A and not the little A, but you knew a long distance three was coming. You could feel it in that time frame. And that lets me to Dame does a good job. He plays for the moment, but he does it in a good way. You see guys in the NBA playing for the moment in a bad way, where it takes away from the flow, the natural flow. But Dame, within the flow, will still capitalize on moments. Dame is an exceptional player, man, and I hope he doesn't get too worn down mentally. His first half was 21, 6 and 9 in the first half. Now that's beautiful. 9 assists, 6 rebounds. 21, 6, and 9 for Dame in the first half. I mean, and I know some people are like, oh, you're wasting Dame's best years. Let him go somewhere. But Dame wants to stay. This is Dame's choice, and I respect it. And this team can do something. They just have to buy into how hard you have to play effort-wise on both ends, especially on defense. Now, does that mean we're going to have to make some moves to get those kind of guys? Maybe. Maybe. As we see Dame with the nice finish right there as the guys go on this huge run that it seemed like the game was over. But as you've heard me mention before, for anybody who's watched, you've heard me mention before, in that fourth quarter, it seems to be a trend that we give up the leads, man. And that's a part of defense, man. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to make some shots, but we have to get some stops, you know. And then I've heard people talk about our lack of length. And yeah, that matters sometimes, but everybody doesn't have length. And what matters is if you're playing with that type of effort and energy to make up for the lack of length. You're using your feet to get to the spots. Gary Payton is not long at all. You see him getting his hands on all kind of, deflections and knocking the ball away, getting steals. He's not waiting for you to pass so he can just use his exceptional speed to shoot the gap. I'm not saying he has exceptional speed, but I'm just saying that's not what he does. He's utilizing aggression and a good tactical skill to play defense. We don't really have that, man. We and the length we do have, you would love to see Jeremy Grant use it more on defense. But again, some of these guys aren't. Jeremy Grant came into the league as a defensive guy. He's definitely shifted more to an offensive guy as we see the Lakers start this comeback. But we definitely want him to find that balance. And not just for this ball club, but it'll make him a more exceptional and dominating player as well, as we see the Lakers take that off. Thomas Bryant, man, let me go ahead and say that. Thomas Bryant, who he should have known who he was guarding right there, but Thomas Bryant, my goodness, that kid played well, man. He played a tremendous game. Tremendous game. And that speaks to not only his, how hard he's working and how some guys get with LeBron and they just can't figure it out, and we know they can play. But I like the way Thomas Bryant is playing alongside of LeBron. It speaks to our, and I like Drew, man. I like Drew, but it speaks to our lack of defensive ability for our bigs. Excuse me. It speaks to our lack of presence down low for our bigs, man. And Drew, Drew doesn't get the respect he deserves as a shot blocker, but you know what I'm saying? As you see right there, that's what he's not, he's not blocking everything as we see. So it's they're gonna say, oh, he's getting them every once in a while. Oh well. This was a tough one, man, as we see the Lakers make that full and end up winning by 9. It's not like they came back. I know, we're in every game. I hear that, and I understand the rhetoric, and I agree with it to an extent. But that wasn't the case this game. And even the last game we lost, one of the last games we lost, I think it was to the Mavericks. The swing was like with 6 minutes left. And then we just ended up, going downhill after that. So you still had another over 4 minutes of us out there losing the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we had last two possession chances. And in this game, it was pretty much the same, man. We weren't able to get enough stops to give ourselves a chance at the end with the last few possessions. As you see, the Lakers ended up winning by 9. and we ended up, I believe, having to foul, and we were fouling early. So we'll definitely get to the drawing board. And like I said before, man, we got to move some things. I think we need to move some things around. I mean, to me, it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? When you have your ball club with so many ups and downs, and you're looking for that consistency, you're looking for that balance. Sometimes it's not about, just beating it over their head until they get it, until it absorbs. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes you got to switch some stuff around, man. And find out if that will help the continuity. You know what I mean? As far as, everybody playing good defense together, and instead of everybody playing offense good at the same time, being able to spread that around so guys can play well and contribute not only with each other but for each other as well, so we can maintain the performance, or a winning performance. You know what I'm saying? Trade moves, I don't know. You heard me mention that before. I don't know. What kind of moves would you consider making? What would we be able to get? I heard one of the guys that I was at the Trailblazer game versus the Nuggets, and one of the guys sitting next to me mentioned that he would like to see Miles Turner, maybe for Nurk or for somebody, but Miles Turner be the big. I could see that, DeAndre Ayton. If Phoenix were willing to kind of concede that they're not going to win a championship this season, DeAndre Ayton maybe. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't think I would mind seeing DeAndre Ayton in a Trailblazer uniform. Maybe Miles Turner. I'm not quite sold on Miles Turner. I haven't seen him play at a high level in a long time, but he hasn't been happy in a long time. Going through the thing with Domantas Sabonis, with Sabonis, and who's going to stay, who's going to go, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the young guys there. It's a youth movement in Indiana. Not that Miles is old by any stretch, but he's a veteran on that ball club. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I haven't been able to see him, so I'm not quite sure. So let me know what you guys think, man. Anything the team needs, what kind of moves, what kind of adjustments. Like I said, I believe they would benefit from having somebody like me on the staff that could just help lift these guys up and encourage these guys, not only in a positive way, but in a critical way. You know what I'm saying? Where they get the criticism that they need, but they also get the air to fill up that balloon that we need for them to fly. You know what I'm saying? They need air beneath their wings. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to fly if we keep deflating each other. If we keep deflating ourselves and getting on ourselves and getting down on each other, making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? We're learning. We're getting better. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough assignment to quote unquote rebuild while still being competitive and give the illusion that we're, a playoff team close to a championship when we're not. Just build. Just build and develop. Just build and develop. Because at the very least, you can develop these assets. If they don't develop into pieces for your puzzle, for your picture, they can be assets that you can develop. You know what I'm saying? And you can get what you want. You can get what you need for them. You know what I'm saying? In exchange. But we'll see, man. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right.